Hey, good morning. It's Cool Marge back with another Hey, what sold over the weekend video. So I'm just going to show you what sold over the last 2 days, talk about what it sold for, what my cost of goods are, and I'll show a graphic with the details of the fees and shipping and that sort of thing. I thought I just it was a pretty cool collection this weekend, so I wanted to go through and just show you what we sold. Definitely seeing more desire for old stereo components. So I'm trying to get, I still have some to get out, but it is one of my niches. I like testing these. It's pretty easy to test. And um, there's a lot to packaging them, but I know how to do it. So I'm not intimidated by these things. A lot of times when I'm at auction, people are intimidated by electronics, but I am not. So that makes it a good niche for me because I tend to get things pretty reasonably. This is an Onkyo CD changer. I have $20 in it. I sold it for $150. Um, so might be netting out a little over $100. Excuse me, on that item, maybe around 100. This is a Pioneer CD changer. I have $5 in it, and I sold it for about $85. So we'll see how that shakes out. Maybe $50 or something like that. This is a partial Mega Bloks set. It's in this box, but this is the manual for it, just so I can show you. It's a partial set. It's not even complete, but it's older and a little bit desirable. It sold for 30. Probably only have a buck or two in it, so maybe but it's free shipping, so maybe only make about $15 or so on that. We'll see how the shipping shakes out. This is the second to last one of these I had. I had the 12 Days of Christmas Heritage Village Collection ornaments. I've done really well on those. Certain ornaments do great, but you can't, it's not just all ornaments. So if you're out sourcing, make sure you look up the ornaments. And they do sell year round. This is March, and this thing sold. It sold for $23. I might end up making about $10 on it. This thing's crazy. This is an old caller ID unit from Radio Shack, new in the package. Radio Shack new in the package items have become very collectible of late. And somebody might even use this thing. Who knows? But it sold for $45. I have $1 in it. And so maybe making about 30, $35 on that, depending on how it ships. This is a PC game. It's a great PC game. Black and White and Black and White 2. Really fun game. It sold for 20 and have $1 in it, so I might make $10 on that. I have several of these. I'd never even seen these, and when I'm auctioning and I see things I haven't seen, I get like spidey sense, like tingles, because I've been going to auctions my entire adult life. So I've been going to auctions, golly, pushing probably 35 years. And so when I see something I haven't seen, I get kind of excited. These were used at the library to send home movies kind of before people had portable DVD players and that sort of thing. It actually contains a child's story or two on the unit. I got them at auction for $3. I sold this one for 20. So yeah, maybe making about $10 or so after shipping on that. And they do go, they can go media rate, which is cool. Another thing that has upticked lately, the PlayStation PSP, that's the handheld, smaller Sony PlayStation. I own one in my personal collection. Movies for those are kind of going up in value these days. So this is a lot of 4 movies for the PSP. I believe that sold for about $32. And those two, because their movies can go media rate. So I have $7 in that lot. So I might make 15, $20 or something like that. This is, in my last video, I showed you there was an Indiana Jones collectible card set. I bought a large collection of these card sets. This is a Harry Potter, it's called a chase set or an insert set. These are more rare cards that come in the packs. And it's called a chase set, I think, because you have to open a lot of packs in order to get the whole set. It's only 9 cards, but it sold for $30. And so probably make it at least, should make $20 or so on that. And I have $2 in it. A Life magazine. I still have, I'm not sure, maybe 40 or 50 of these left. I've sold well over 100 Life magazines, right around the $18 mark. This one I sent an offer, so it was $16. I'll end up making $6 or $8 on that item. All right, so that's everything from the last 2 days. I'll get things packaged for shipping and give you an idea of what our total profit was. Be right back. All right, I am back from doing my packaging for the Postal Service. I'll pack these guys up in just a little bit for FedEx. I wanted to make a couple of comments. One, I shipped a receiver a week ago. It was in my last video. And I received a very positive comment. Basically, buyer said it was the best shipping he'd ever seen, and he added me to his favorites. And I just wanted to throw in that part of the success of my business is that I package things for shipping in a way that I would want to receive them in shipping. And that with that receiver, I had hard styrofoam on both sides, and it was packaged into a fitted, very heavy cardboard box. And then it was double boxed. And in the resale world, double boxing simply means you package it for shipping, but then you go ahead and take that package. I put it in a larger box, had the air bubbles all around it so that it was essentially floating in the middle of the second box. So double boxed float is what we call that sometimes, so that it probably could have gone even in the single box, but I really wanted to make certain this was a very special receiver, kind of one of those irreplaceable vintage, really nice receivers. I didn't want anything to happen to it, not just because I would take a financial hit, but I just didn't want that thing to get smashed. So he was very happy and added me to his favorite sellers. So might end up being a repeat customer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing I wanted to talk about in the resale world, you hear the phrase, the money is made at the source. And I wanted to explain that a little bit because people would think, well, no, when I sell it, that's when I make the money. Well, technically that is when you receive the revenue for that item. But where you really make profit, where your business really succeeds is in your sourcing. So I wanted to show you the breakdown of the numbers. I show them up on the screen, but I wanted to talk about them a little bit. I always do a little sheet like this when I'm working on my video. We had $269.31 of profit, it looks like, for the 2 days. But I wanted to show you something because as a business owner, there's certain things you control and certain things you don't. And the things you do control are the things you have to have a laser-like focus on. Things that are out of your control, you just can't do anything about it. So why worry about that? So I just wanted to show you as an example with the Life magazine. The price is the price. The price is what someone will pay. I have all of them listed for $17.95. Sometimes they sell for that. A few are listed higher because maybe they had a very, very famous collectible person on the front. But generally speaking, $17.95. This one I sent an offer for $15.95. That's the price. They bought it. All right. Shipping is the shipping. I really can't do a lot about that. I'm planning on making video soon on some of my shipping tips. There's definitely ways to keep the costs down. But I can't determine what the Postal Service is going to charge for an 11-ounce item. I just can't. So shipping, I can't do a lot about. Let's skip this for a moment. Fees. This is what eBay charges me to have something on the platform and sell. I can do absolutely nothing about that. That's what the fees are. Can't do anything about it on that Onkyo CD changer, $18 in fees. eBay just takes that. I can't do anything about it. So what is this column? COGS, that stands for cost of goods sold. This is what I actually paid for the item. And if you look down here, I don't pay much for my items typically. It's very low, okay? This is the source. This is what I pay at the source. So the saying you make money at the source, this is what's happening. Notice, if I had paid $6, $7, $8 for that Life magazine, I'd have zero profit. But no, I paid $1. And you're like, well, but what if the person's charging $6, $7? Guess what? You don't buy it. That's what I have control over. So when I go to auction, I might see 100 things, and I'm not exaggerating, 100 things I want in an auction. I might come home with 0. I might come home with 200. I might get more than what I wanted, okay? It all depends on my competition, the other resellers that are purchasing or collectors that are purchasing. But I have the decision, I have the power to say, no, I'm not paying that much. And that's where a reseller has to be, number one, very disciplined. And also, you have to just know how things are going to go. You have to have some sense of what things are going to sell for, or you're going to pay too much for things and not make money at the source. So another great example, all right? Christmas ornaments tend to do pretty well for me, but I also don't spend more. I never spend more than $3 an ornament. That's just a thing I have in my head, okay? Unless I knew the ornament sold for $100 or something. I just generally, but normally I'm buying a large collection of ornaments. In my head, I'll pay $3 or less for ornaments just because I've sold enough ornaments. I know what I need to get them for to make a decent profit. So this is a very important thing. If you're out just starting reselling and maybe you're thrifting, maybe you're garage selling, you've got to be mindful of just because it's neat and cool and lots of people want it, oh, it's an Apple iPhone, great. Well, yeah, Apple iPhones sell really well, but can you get them cheap enough to make a profit? That's the whole point of, again, your money is made at the source. So just a little pro tip there, watch your cost of goods sold because that is the one thing that you can control. So to wrap up, it was a great weekend, $269 in profit, moved a couple more CD players. I still have some more stereo components to get out. We'll be working on that soon. If you like this information, please subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.